Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a slightly different look at the restaurant world.
Yeah, a bit sideways.
We're diving into the thinking of Maurice. He's a hospitality pro, really knows his stuff in food and beverage, and we're exploring some, well, unconventional ideas.
Exactly. Think of it like reverse engineering,
Mm.
We're looking at how not to succeed. This is really for you, the hotel and restaurant owners listening.
Right.
We're using excerpts from this source, the Guide satirique du pire restaurant, a satirical guide to the worst restaurant, where Maurice shares his thoughts on, well, how to drive customers away.
It sounds funny, and it is, but the mission here is serious. We want to unpack Maurice's satirical points to help you spot and definitely avoid practices that could really hurt your business.
We're basically learning from the absolute worst-case scenarios he paints. Valuable stuff, even if it's tongue-in-cheek.
Okay, let's get into it. First up, that critical first impression. Maurice really hammers home how vital the initial welcome is.
Or, in his satirical view, how to mess it up spectacularly right from the start.
He talks about these proven techniques for repelling guests, like answering the phone with a big sigh and what now, basically.
Right, and the lesson for you as an owner is huge, isn't it? Every single contact point, even just the phone ringing, is your chance to say, "We're glad you called," not that.
Absolutely, such a basic thing. Then there's his idea about training staff to just ignore arriving customers. For what, 3 minutes?
It sounds nuts, but we've all felt that, haven't we? Standing there, feeling invisible. Maurice exaggerates, sure, but that feeling, it's real. It highlights how crucial immediate acknowledgement is for you.
He even throws in this imaginary study.
Ah,
He's saying 99% of customers won't come back if they get an eye roll greeting. It's made up, obviously, but it makes the point, right?
totally. That first emotional hit, good or bad, it really sticks. It determines if they even want to stay.
And the example he gives, the champion in action, the owner asking, do you have a reservation? Like, you're inconveniencing them, even when the place is empty.
Oh, that's brilliant.
What does that tell you as an owner about tone?
It tells you everything. It shows how easily you can make someone feel unwelcome, like they're already doing something wrong just by walking in. That accusatory vibe, poison.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've survived the terrible welcome. Next, Maurice tackles the wait. The infernal wait, he calls it.
Ah, yes. According to Maurice's guide, honesty about wait times. That's for beginners.
Uh-huh. His winning strategies include always saying 5 minutes no matter what.
And think about what that does to trust. Customers can actually handle waiting usually, if you're straight with them. But being misled, repeatedly,
Yeah.
that kills trust fast. For you, building that trust up front is key.
Makes sense. And then intentionally forgetting reservations and acting shocked when people show up.
This is just, wow.
Yeah.
It tells the customer they don't matter and that your whole operation is probably disorganized. Not a good look.
No.
It screams lack of care. And then he suggests seating hungry people where they can see all the food going past, food they aren't getting.
That's just cruel.
It's psychological warfare, basically,
Yeah.
designed to maximize frustration.
And the ultimate move, according to Maurice, moving waiting customers between different tables every 10 minutes. Why? Why is that so effective at annoying people?
Well, it creates this total sense of instability, like you can never settle. Just when you start to feel slightly okay, boom, you're moved again.
Right.
It emphasizes that you're in limbo and, frankly, that your comfort just isn't a priority at all. So for you listening, it shows why making waiting guests feel settled and acknowledged is so important.
And his bad pro tip, looking at your watch, looking worried, mumbling something nobody can hear when someone asks how long.
Oh, that's devious. It just breeds anxiety, doesn't it?
Uh,
The customer's mind races there. The huge problem. Have they forgotten me?
yeah.
It makes them feel powerless. Clear communication is the antidote there.
Okay, moving on to ambiance. Or as Maurice puts it, nightmarish ambiance. Consistency. Comfort. Apparently those are bad things.
His essential elements are all about creating chaos. He
Mhm.
talks about flickering lights, like switching between super bright interrogation style and almost pitch black cave darkness.
How could anyone relax in that?
Exactly. It's physically jarring,
Yeah.
uncomfortable, makes it impossible to just settle in and enjoy.
And the music. Death metal, then lullabies.
Total sensory confusion. There's no vibe, no coherent feel. It just makes you feel weird, out of place.
Then the temperatures. Boiling hot in summer, freezing cold aircon in winter.
It's just a fundamental disregard for basic comfort, isn't it? You can't enjoy a meal if you're sweating or shivering.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And the decorations. Keeping Christmas stuff up till July, then switching straight to Halloween. As an owner, what's the real impact of that kind of inconsistency?
It just looks like neglect, pure and simple. Like nobody cares enough to keep the place looking presentable or, seasonally appropriate. It feels sloppy, unprofessional, undermines everything else.
Okay, let's talk service, or guaranteed anonymity service. Maurice's tips for treating customers like they don't exist.
It's all about removing the human element, isn't it? Addressing everyone as sir or madam in a flat monotone kills any connection.
Makes it feel totally robotic, transactional, the opposite of what you want in hospitality.
Absolutely. And then when a regular says, I'll have the usual, the response is, what is it you usually take?
Ouch. That just erases any feeling of being recognized or valued.
Yeah,
Right, which is key for loyalty.
totally. Shows zero awareness, zero effort to build rapport, and then interrupting conversations randomly to ask, is everything okay with the dishes?
Yeah, the timing is often terrible.
It comes across as fake, disruptive, not genuinely caring. You need to read the table.
And this one's really something. Taking detailed notes on what a customer likes and then deliberately doing the opposite next time they visit.
That's next level bad service. It's
Yeah.
actively using their preferences against them. It tells you, as an owner, how not to use customer information. It's about personalization, not sabotage.
It guarantees they won't return. And his anecdote, the champion of disaster waiter asking who ordered what at every single table, even with just 2 people.
Oh, gosh.
How does that basic failure undermine service?
It's fundamental, isn't it? It shows a complete lack of attention, bad training, poor systems. It makes the customers do the staff's job. Just looks incredibly unprofessional.
Okay, next topic, optional cleanliness. Maurice's satirical take here is pretty graphic.
Yeah, it's meant to be shocking, but it forces you to think about how absolutely critical hygiene is. It's non-negotiable for you as owners.
His examples: wiping glasses with a grubby cloth, leaving fingerprints on cutlery.
These are direct violations of trust. Customers expect basic cleanliness. Seeing things like that immediately raises red flags about the kitchen, about everything.
And preserving tablecloth stains as a historical treasure map.
It just glorifies being dirty, sends the worst possible message about your standards.
And the joke about finding a hair? Oh, that's the chef's lucky hair. Sells on eBay. It's funny, but what are the actual real-world consequences of letting cleanliness slip?
Oh, they're huge. You lose customers instantly, your reputation gets trashed online, you can face health code violations, fines, even closure. It's serious business, no cutting corners there.
Couldn't agree more. All right, Maurice also argues that comfort is overrated. His list of recommended torture devices. I mean, furniture.
Yeah. Wobbly chairs, tiny tables where plates overlap, banquettes designed to cause instant backache.
So how does that kind of physical discomfort affect the dining experience for your guests? Does it really matter that much?
It absolutely matters. If people are physically uncomfortable, they can't enjoy the food, the company, anything. They won't linger, they won't order dessert or another drink, and they certainly won't hurry back. It creates a really negative memory of a whole visit.
Okay, then there are the small things. Condiments and accessories. The art of daily annoyance. How tiny details can drive people mad.
Right. It's the buildup, isn't it? The ketchup bottle that's basically empty, the napkin dispenser that gives you 17 napkins or none at all, the salt shaker that's clogged or the lid falls off.
We've all been there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Individually, maybe they're minor, but add them all up, and it just feels like everything is difficult, like the place doesn't care about the small stuff. And for you, the owner, sweating those small details shows you do care about the guest experience.
Makes sense. Finally, Maurice looks at the digital age. Customer Service 2.0, the era of digital disinterest. Poor online presence.
Super relevant today. He talks about never responding to online reviews, or worse, getting defensive and aggressive in your replies.
That's a killer. People read those reviews.
Absolutely. Ignoring feedback or reacting badly shows you don't value customer opinions and can scare off loads of potential business.
And things like having a website with wrong information, or photos of amazing dishes you don't actually serve.
It's like digital false advertising. It sets up expectations you can't meet, leading to disappointment and distrust right away.
And incorrect opening hours on Google Maps. So frustrating when you turn up and the place is shut.
Right. You're literally stopping people from becoming customers before they even get there.
Yeah.
Such a basic thing to get right.
His example of the terrible innovation, the answering machine, promising a callback since 2015.
Brilliant.
It really sums up the importance of managing your online site, doesn't it? What's the core message for owners there?
It's that your online presence is part of your customer service now. Neglecting it, letting information be wrong, failing to communicate, it makes you look unprofessional, out of touch, and like you just don't care. It damages your reputation just as much as a dirty fork.
So, wrapping up, Maurice makes it clear this is all satire, the likely result of following his advice. An empty restaurant, ruined reputation, though he jokes about maybe attracting some masochistic customers.
Right, the ones who appreciate authenticity, even if it's authentically terrible. His struggle against success, as he puts it. And the disclaimer, of course. Any resemblance is coincidental. Sure it is.
And that little PS, inviting people who want actual advice to contact him for coffee, a nice touch, shows his real expertise underneath the satire.
Definitely. So, the big takeaway from digging into Maurice's guide. By really understanding these ways to actively push customers away, you, as owners, can be much more aware of potential pitfalls in your own place.
Even the small stuff.
Especially the small stuff. It helps you focus proactively on creating that positive, welcoming experience everyone wants.
So you should really think, do any of these absurd scenarios sound even vaguely familiar? Maybe a milder version happening unintentionally in your restaurant or hotel? Because even minor neglects add up.
They really do. And that brings us to our final thought for you. Maurice's satirical guide is funny, yes, but it's a powerful reminder. It all boils down to respect. Respect for your guests' time, their comfort, their entire experience.
So the question to leave you with is, what seemingly small details in your own operation might inadvertently be sending the wrong message, pushing people away without you even realizing it? This deep dive offers a perhaps unusual but valuable way to start that self-check.